Thursday night baseball is next. And a good evening, everybody. We'd like to welcome you to Texas League Baseball here in Midland, Texas. And now, here is the star of the show, the one, the only, John Baker. Thank you, Bob, and a happy Thursday night, everybody, as we welcome you into the broadcast of our Texas League baseball game here tonight in Midland, Texas, as it is the third game of the six-game set between the visiting San Antonio Missions and your Midland Rockhounds. Well, gotta say, it's Thirsty Thursday here at the ballpark, and so far, get a coupon and take that to Taco Villa, get you a nice drink on that. And so far, you are good to go. Two teams continue the series Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then after that, it will finally be 4 days off. All Texas League teams will report to those off days. And so far, don't forget, we're back on Friday, July 17th, as we take on the visiting Corpus Christi Hooks there in San Antonio. That will be a 3-game set. Then it'll be 6 games against the Frisco Rough Riders. And so far, pretty good. Go online now at missionsbaseball.com, Rockhounds, or wherever you have us dialed in, or whatever team you love in the Texas League. Make sure you get your tickets on Bally Live, and you are good to go. Well, I'm joined in the booth by my partner and friend, Bob. How you doing there, Bob? Doing good there, Johnny. How are you doing? Doing really well. But today it was a hot one. And yes, it has been sun like nothing else today. And a blue sky that went along with it. Like, I tell you one thing, it was a hot day today. But most evidently, the weather will definitely change as we get into the next couple of days. As we continue this homestand, we do have a potential thunderstorm activity trying to come back in the forecast. And so far, we are going to definitely keep our eyes and ears on the Weather Channel. Yeah, that is for sure, Johnny. And so far, looking at the Weather Channel, we do have a slight chance tomorrow, but tomorrow evening it could be no laughing matter as, we look at it. It could definitely come in and, we could have some rain in around the area as we get ready for Game 4 of the 6-game series against San Antonio. And, so far, looking at the forecast, it looked like we do have a slight chance tomorrow, but going into Saturday, maybe a slight chance. But, looking at Saturday, or Sunday, I should say, we do have sun and clouds mixed, high 92, and then scattered thunderstorms by Sunday night. So, good thing we're getting the baseball game in the afternoon at 1:05 as we get ready to wrap up this first half South Division series. That's right there, Bob, and got to say a pretty good one getting in. Well, last night we look at last night's ball game, and San Antonio took the first 2 games here in Midland. And I got to say, it was a powerful game. 5-2 victory on Tuesday night for San Antonio. Then last night, the final score, San Antonio 12, Midland 3. And got to say, that was a pretty good ball game, and San Antonio just went after it. Well, anyway, we look at the key defensive on the highlights. San Antonio dominated the game, racking up 12 runs on 15 hits. Nate Mondu had an exceptional performance, finishing a 5 for 5 with a home run and 2 doubles. But San Antonio took control early, putting up 5 runs in the second inning while ultimately ending the night for Midland starter Blake Beers, which he was the starter for the Rockhounds, and his night was shattered after giving up those 5 runs. Midland struggled defensively, including a costly error in the second inning that contributed to San Antonio's momentum, and San Antonio continued to pile on runs in the later innings to secure the victory, and so far it was a pretty good one. Well, anyway, got to say, we are just about ready to go for the evening, and so far, let's go ahead and bring it to you live here from Midland. So it's going to be a great time to come out to the ball game and have a pretty good evening. So make sure you come on out and have yourselves a good evening. Well, Rockhounds in their blue and whites and orange caps, which that is a pretty good one. Right-hander Corey Avant is coming out on the mound as the starter, and we look at him as a four-seam, a slider, a curveball, a three-choice to choose from to the scouting report that he has, and so far, pretty good on that. Shortstop Clay Dungan coming in as we're just about set to go here for San Antonio. We'll back to normal scoreboards as we look at it. It's 1 ball, no strikes, and we are underway. The first pitch at 7:05 here this evening, right on the money, getting on time tonight, and that's going to be high fly in the air, straightaway center, and that is the first out of the ball game. And here tonight, Dungan down for the first out. Robertson Salas coming up next, Sanabria, Carpathios, Fabian, Mondoon, Murphy, and Verdugo will round it out for San Antonio here tonight. Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in as we're set for his going here. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that is right there and in for a cold strike, and it's 0-1. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that's going to be yanked out of play, foul. It's 0-2. Well, we'll have the home games looking pretty good with the other scoreboard, but this one will come into the road games. So we will make a decision to do both of these scoreboards just to make it look really good. 2 balls, 2 strikes, a count now to the center fielder, Roberts. And that's going to miss outside. The count now 3-2. Here's the pitch. And that one is ball 4, so he will miss. And there's a 1-out base runner getting on to the first base area. Here is the catcher, Ethan Salas, as he comes in and takes that one in for a strike. It's 0-1. Boy, 12-3, double digits last night for San Antonio, getting in the ball game, and boy, they put up a really big inning for the top of the second. 5 runs coming in, 1 error for Midland. I gotta say, Blake Beers was pulled out of the ball game, just not doing good for his bullpen, and I bet he got a good talking to for giving up those 5 runs and plus 1 error that he made. Romeo Sanabria comes in, will take an inside strike. It's 0-1. Just a beautiful evening here in the Permian Basin. Yes, the clouds coming in full effect here. That's high in the air, and that will do it for the half inning comes to a close. So no runs, hits, or errors, and one left as we go to the bottom of the first. And it is no score looking off from the third base area here in Midland. San Antonio right-hander Ty Adcock coming in. Looking at it, 3.00 in the ERA. He's got a 333 left-handed batting average. So far, a pretty good one for Ty Adcock coming in for San Antonio. Shortstop is Leo Dallas DeVries as he comes in. And here is the pitch. That one hit to the third base. Mondu flips it across to Sanabria in time for out number one. And with that, let's give the starting lineups for the Rockhounds. DeVries, Halter, and Nankill will lead it off. Malone, Swiftman will be middle. Leary, Elliott, and McGuire will round it out for Midland. Colby Halter, the second baseman, coming in. Getting set to go. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that's going to be lofted high in the air straight away. Up to left field is Kai Murphy making the play, and that's out number two.
Batting third, the right fielder,
Nate Nankill, the next batter up for Midland. Midland trying to avoid another loss here tonight, but hopefully seeing if they can hit the baseball and get going here in the early start of these innings. No balls, one strike. The pitch, that one high fly in the air, and that one will continue to carry. That will go foul. It's 0-2. Mound behind the shadows, the home plate into right field, completely out in the sun. That is left, center, and right fields. Just out in the blazing heat so far right there. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for Midland as we go to the second inning, and it's no score through one complete. Top of the second inning is the right fielder, Braden Carpathios, as he'll stride up next for San Antonio. Wind up and the pitch, that is a high popper right there out of play. It's foul, 0-1. You know, so far everybody going on this fine evening. And to tell you one thing, it's always good to see the ball clubs going, and so far really good. 1-2 the count now. Beautiful Thursday night, and don't forget, join us as we continue this homestand. Throws down to first in time, and that's out number one. Carpathios down on a strikeout. That's so far. After tonight, 3 games remain of this first half. And we will be back on Friday, July 17th to get going again. Albert Fabian coming in now as he'll pop that one high in the air straight away to third. And it could be an easy outfield fly. And that is 2 down.
Nate Mondu.
Well, Nate Mondu coming in now, the third baseman. Getting ready to go here in this one. Boy, I tell you, Springfield has a pretty good lead against Tulsa. They are 9-3 in the top of the 4th inning. They're doing pretty good. Getting a lot of base hits, runs. They are keeping up the momentum there at DCJ Field. Even Northwest Arkansas against Wichita tonight. Taking a frivolous 7-1 lead, and got to say a pretty good one. Arkansas and Amarillo tied at 2-2 in the top half of the 5th inning already. And that is right there, and the count now 3-2. On deck is the left fielder Kai Murphy as he comes in. And the pitch, that's a swing and a miss. They got him. And that will do it. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on for San Antonio as we go 2.5, no score.
Leading off for the Rockhounds.
Well, the first baseman is Brendan Malone as he comes in for the Rockhounds against Ty Adcock as he'll throw the first pitch right there down the chute, and it's 0-1. We got our fans watching from San Antonio, from Nelson Wolff Stadium, and also from West Creek Trail Rides as well. And for our other proud sponsors that may be watching all the way from San Antonio. So a pretty good one. Here is the 0-2 offering. And that one's going to carry high in the air. And that's going to fall down. That's a base hit. So Midland getting the first hit of the night and trying to get in and see what they could do to get in some home runs. That one right there and in as a designated hitter, Drew Swift coming in. No balls, 1 strike, the count now. And here's the pitch. That is going to be in for the cold strike. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes right there, and that is through for a center field line drive, a base hit. And now that's going to put runners at second and third, nobody out.
Batting 6, the third baseman.
And Midland trying to come back and get into this ball game. Untying it would be a huge night for the Rockhounds to come in. Here is Luke Mann, as that one is foul. It's 0-1. Boy, Frisco just finished off their ball game. The final score, Rough Riders 5, Corpus Christi 2. So far, a pretty good night for them as well. That's down there. And Midland scores in the first run, so they'll trade the out for the run. Why not? Gotta say, and they're up a 1-0 lead now, and all they have to do, carry the momentum through and keep going on that. Center fielder Cameron Leary coming in now. And the pitch right there high and outside is 1 ball and no strikes. Got a great crowd here tonight, and fans that live here in Midland, which that is nice. Yeah, you used to live in Midland yourself too, didn't you? Yep. Way back then for 20 years, 1993 to 2013, 20 years being a Permian Basin type of kid. And then hearing that we were moving to San Antonio, that was a big factor. We moved in 2013 and to the present. So I've been in San Antonio for 15 years. 1-2, that's going to be right there. And they're going to try to get him not in time, and the run scores, and Midland will take a 2-0 lead, as that will be a RBI single. And Clark Elliott coming up to bat for Midland now. Here's the pitch. That one yanked out of play. That's foul. It's 0-1. Rockhounds need to get in, win the next 4 out of this series to keep going in the South Division series. Here's the 0-1. That one's right there. Ground ball straight away. Up to second is Castagnon. Throw down to Sanabria. A double play. And that's a Taco Villa double play for the Missions. And so far, pretty good. 2 runs, 3 hits, no errors, and nobody left on We in 2. Midland leading it. It's 2-0 Rockhounds. Well, we're about set to go for the top of the third inning for San Antonio right now on the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Guy Murphy leading it off here as we get going for this third inning. Thursday night baseball here in Midland. Rockhounds lead 2-0 here in this one. Here's the 0-1 delivery. That one is out of play. It's 0-2. Thirsty Thursday, $2 Dr. Pepper and drinks all night long, courtesy of the Rockhounds. Don't forget, tomorrow is Taco Villa Friday. Anytime the Rockhounds overturn the 2 double plays against San Antonio, you can expect that there will be Taco Villa tacos and coupons tomorrow. Luis Verdugo coming in now as here's the first pitch, and that one is a curveball right there and in. 1 ball and no strikes. Well, the brother of Rosemond Verdugo still here for the San Antonio Missions. Here's a 2-0 delivery, and that's going to be right there, and that is going to be yanked out of play foul. It's 2-1. Hopefully soon Luis Verdugo will join his brother up in AAA El Paso, which that would be pretty good for him. Here's a 2-2 offering. That one is yanked out of play. It's still hanging on. 2 balls, 2 strikes to count in this ball game for this 9-hole batter, and that's a swing and a miss, up high and misses, and that is out number 2. Shortstop Clay Duncan is 0 for 1, a flyout. Just a beautiful evening here in Midland as we look at the sky. Hardly a cloud in the sky, but we've seen a few of those so far. So I'd be lying if there wasn't any clouds, but we have seen a few tonight. Shame on me if I did that. 2 balls, 1 strike to Clay Duncan. 0 for 1 tonight for the San Antonio Missions. And that's going to be right there. Line drive up the left field. That is through for a hit. One San Antonio getting on base with the first hit they get. Center fielder Kai Roberts coming in. Swings after a curveball. It's 0-1. Yikes, don't want to be swinging after those low-line curveballs because it'll get you to chase right there and then. Yeah, you're absolutely right there, Bobby. I tell you, they would go after it. They swing and miss. That's strike one. And then you swing and miss two more times. Well, your history right after that. 1-1 strike to Kai Roberts. And he's going to hit that one high in the air straight away. Up to right field, makes a play. And that's the half inning over. No runs on one hit, no errors, one left on for San Antonio. And we are 3.5 with the Rockhounds out in front. It's 2-0.
Leading off for Midland,
Shane McGuire, the catcher, coming in as he gets ready to go. Ty Adcock starting his third inning on the mound for San Antonio. Here's the 0-1 offering, and that one is going to be out of play. It's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, they got him. And the first one of San Antonio getting a strikeout to Ty Adcock. Leo Dallas DeVries coming in as he gets ready to go. Hits that one out of play. It's 0-1. Here's the 0-1 offering. And that's going to be a high pop-up. That will go foul. It's 0-2. So far, we got to get in here and look at Rockhounds, who they're playing on. Well, we know it's a 3-game series in Northwest Arkansas and Wichita for 6. They'll lead off that 9 games on the road to start the second half. Colby Halter coming in now as he's ready to go. The pitch is right there and in for a cold strike, and it's 0-1. 2 outs, nobody on, bottom of 3. Rockhounds out in front, 2-0. Don't forget, tomorrow is Christmas in July. So we'll definitely make sure to wear some pretty good colors tomorrow. Here's 1-1, and that's going to be right down the line, and that's through for a base hit. And boy, really good as they come into this one.
the right fielder, Nate Nankiel.
Well, Nate Nankiel coming in as he's getting ready to go. Nankiel is 0-1 right there. Straight away to second, and they get him out to the force out, and the side is retired. No runs on a couple of hits, no errors, 1 left as we head to the 4th. Midland out in front, 2-0.
Leading off for San Antonio.
Catcher Ethan Salas coming in is 0-1 with a flyout as we get set to go for the San Antonio 4th inning. Is that right there? A pretty good one. That one is in for a cold strike. It's 0-1. Well, on Tuesday, July 28th, Midland play hosting the Arkansas Travelers. That right there is pretty good. Then, yes, they'll have a 12-game homestand leading it off for Arkansas and Frisco.
Now batting.
Salas getting drilled by a pitch, and now he's getting a inheritance straight to first base. Romeo Sanabria coming in as he's set to go. And here's the pitch. And that's a slider inside. It's 0-1. Well, Rockhounds will have the rest of this series against San Antonio. They'll have Arkansas, Frisco, Tulsa, Corpus Christi. And that pretty much will conclude those home games of the second half. So San Antonio will have Corpus Christi, Frisco, Amarillo, Springfield, Frisco, Northwest Arkansas, Midland, and Amarillo to deal with for that second half. Which that right there, pretty good. Right fielder Braden Carpathios coming in as 0 for 1, a strikeout. But to tell you one thing, we will definitely hear the word of a 2027 schedule. That right there would be a pretty good thing if we see something good for San Antonio for next year. And whether we get Arkansas and Tulsa to go back to the Alamo City, that would be good too. Well, hopefully, the Major League Baseball Association's watching the live stream, and they'll be like, yeah, if they want Tulsa and Arkansas to go back to San Antonio, man, that would be good to see those two ball clubs go back to the San Antonio Missions ballpark. And so far, that'd be pretty good. Yeah, it would. Albert Fabian coming in now, as that's going to be right there. And he misplayed it. And that will be in time for the recovery throw down to first. And that's in time for the third and final out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We head now bottom of 4, and it's 2-0 Midland. First baseman Brandon Malone coming in now is 1 for 1 single. Fourth inning for Ty Adcock as he comes in. 28 pitches into this ball game as coming for the San Antonio starter, which that is pretty good. 0-1 offering. That one is out of play. Foul behind the backstop, and it's 0-2. When I tell you one thing, it is a pretty good thing that we'll see what happens next year, 2027. Just looking forward to see what we got on that schedule. I mean, so far, if we do get Tulsa and Arkansas, Springfield and Wichita, that would be really good. Don't forget the Northwest Arkansas Naturals there, Johnny. Oh, yes, and especially them. We'll have at least 6 games with the Naturals, or 12. We'll have to wait and see. But 6 there in San Antonio, 6 at Riverboat Field in North Little Rock, Arkansas. Never been to the Naturals. I mean, the last time we went was back in the year 2022. We took on Arkansas and Tulsa and Wichita. And, yeah, we took on those North Division teams. I do believe we took on Springfield and Northwest Arkansas that year. And that is right there, the count now, 0-1. Luke Mann coming in is 0 for 1, a ground out RBI. Well, I hope everybody is enjoying their day today. We say greetings from the booth here in Midland. No balls and 2 strikes. The count now. Here is the 0-2 offering. Right there, called strike 3. They got him. Ty Adcock getting the backwards K as, boy, this is really good pitching by Adcock. Well, the next batter up is Cameron Leary as he comes in. 1 out, 2-1 here in the bottom of the 4th inning. It is now 0-1 to Leary. 1 for 1 RBI single in the 2nd inning. No balls, 1 strike, 1 for 1. That one's going to be hard hit. That's going to drift out of play foul, so it's a good thing that went out of play. Left fielder Kai Murphy looked over at it. Here's the 0-2 offering, and that right there, a called strikeout. Boy, and that's another one that Ty gets. So 2 down. And here is Clark Elliott. Elliott coming in will foul that one off. It's 0-1. Boy, and if he goes and gets another strikeout, he would strike out the side on 9 pitches, which that would be pretty interesting. No balls, 2 strikes to count now. And here is the pitch. Right there, called strike 3. And that is a unceremonious inning. The side is retired. Boy, 3 back-to-back strikeouts. Not too shabby for Ty Adcock. And we are going to the 5th inning. Midland out in front, 2-0. Well, just about set to go for the top of the 5th inning for San Antonio right now, the Rockhounds Baseball Network. And boy, do you see what I just saw? That ball is gone, Nate Mondu. Jeez Louise. First pitch, he goes after it, and he puts it out of reach. Well, I bet the fans there in San Antonio just saw that one. Yeah, I bet you they did. How much would you want to bet? $100? $200? Well, I'll bet you they have already seen that one. Yep. 400 foot over a 97.7 mile per hour exit velocity. But that right there is pretty good. New score reads Midland 2, San Antonio 1. Left fielder Kai Murphy 0 for 1, a strikeout. The tying run now to the plate for the Missions. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch, that one is right there. Ground ball, ground hopper, right there. Second goes to first in time, out number 1.
Now batting, second baseman, Luis.
Ball game getting pretty interesting here as, boy, Nate Mondu was really good on that RBI getting out of this ballpark. Well, Luis Verdugo coming in now. Hits that one out of play. It's 0-1. Boy, Midland better watch out on what they do tonight, because if they move or if they screw up any like they did yesterday, it could be another defeat for them tonight. Yeah, most definitely could. You know, and that's the exact screwed his ball club last night, because he was giving up way too many balls, which, you know, he was getting 1 ball, 2 balls, 3 balls, and then he walks his first batter. And I tell you one thing, that was rough last night for him. And bet you gotten a good talking to by the hitting coach, the pitching coach, everybody inside the clubhouse. And here's the pitch right there, ground ball, ground hopper, straight away up to second, the first in time, and that ends the half inning. So Nate Mondu chips the deficit to at least 1 on the home run. And now it is going to the bottom of the 5th inning, Midland leading 2-1. Well, we go now to the bottom of the 5th inning. Here is Shane McGuire as we get set to go here for the Rockhounds. 9-1-2 against Ty Adcock. That one is in for a cold strike. It's 0-1. Boy, Springfield continuing to pulverize the Drillers, leading now 12-4 against Tulsa.
Ball, that's out.
And that one is outside. It's 1-1. Most definitely seeing where that is, and the call is upheld, so now it's still hanging on at 1 ball and 1 strike. Northwest Arkansas leading the charge against Wichita. And I gotta say, they are really hitting that baseball good there at Riverboat. Or actually, not Riverboat, out there at the porch. The porch there in Wichita, Kansas. Here's a 1-2. And that is back to the mound to Ty and throw down to Sanabria. And that is out number 1. Leo Dallas DeVries coming in now is 0 for 2, a line out and a ground out. Guy was drafted a couple years back when he took on a San Antonio free agency, I would say, on that.
Now batting, the second baseman.
Then after that, got drafted to Midland. Second baseman is Colby Halter as he comes in. But anyway, also got a third baseman. It was out there at third base right now, and so far taking the place of Rosemond Verdugo, who got called up to AAA just a couple weeks ago. Nate Mondu being out there at third base, and that's going to be hit hard, and that is gone. Colby Halter getting his first for the Rockhounds tonight. 371 foot, over 100 mile per hour exit. Which that right there, by golly, right on the money was 100 mile per hour. So that right there was a good one. Nate Nankiel coming in now. Ty Adcock at 51 pitches here in this one. He'll take a strike inside. It's 0-1. 0 for 2. Fly out and the ground out by right fielder Nankiel. Boy, and hopefully the Missions are keeping an eye on number 52. Yeah, hopefully they are. But that's right there in the count now, 0-2. Pitcher getting tired after almost 5 innings of work. And right there, called third strike, and that does it. Boy, Colby Halter again, this one, courtesy of Taco Villa. We head now to the 6th inning. Midland leading it 3-1. Halfway through tonight's ball game as we look at some pretty good hard hits in this one. On this Thursday night, beautiful West Texas evening as we get ready to lead off the top of the 6th inning here. So far, pretty good as we get going in this second half of this ball game. And yes, that one right there, Nate Nankiel gets that one out of the ballpark. Top of the 6th inning, set to go, and here's your line look as we get ready to go for the next half inning. And leading it off is Kai Roberts. Roberts coming in, and from the stretch. That one swing and a miss. It's 0-1. Emanuels and Johnston, a righty and a lefty, getting loose out in the Rockhounds bullpen. Here's a pitch, and that one's going to be lofted high in the air straight away. Up to center field as it gets down, and there's one out to begin this half inning. Ethan Salas, the catcher, coming in. Last time he got a hit by a pitch and is 0 for 1, so they will credit him the get-on-free base card. Or as you play that Monopoly game, get out of free for jail. Or get out of jail for free.
Nope.
You could get out of jail and most definitely get going on that. Oh, there you go. Now you're stuttery. And that one's going to get down. Line drive. And that's a big mistake there as he tried to get on second, and he got forced out right at second base. Ouch. Well, that's one thing you don't want to do. If you get on base, you need to wait your turn. But yes, let me rephrase the Monopoly game. So you know where you get a get out of jail for free card? Have you ever played that, Bob? Oh yeah, I remember that game. You get into that spot where you go to jail, but most evidently on your next turn, you could get out of jail for free. That's why they call it the get out of jail for free card. Yeah. Well, thank you for that information, Bob. That that's what happened to a San Antonio prospect getting on first base, and he had that get on base for free card. Here's a 2-2 offering. And that one is going to be yanked foul. It's still hanging on 2-2. Avant now at 71 pitches for Midland. And boy, just not doing too good and he misses it. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Now that rewards Sanabria with a 2-bagger. And what are they going to challenge that? Are they going to challenge it with a base hit or an error? Could have been both. Yeah, you're probably right, Bob. He missed the ball, and it went right to the wall. But to tell you one thing, I bet you that could have been a base hit on a fielding error. Carpathios coming in, hits that one out of play. It's 0-1. 0 for 2 strikeout and a flyout. "73 pitches for Corey Avant, and now that's going to be downstairs. It's 1-1. Tying run at the plate. Here he comes. And that one's going to be lofted high in the air straight away. And in time, the inning comes to an end. No runs on a hit, no errors, one left for San Antonio. We head now to the bottom of the 6th inning. And 4, 5, and 6 due up. Malone starting it up first for Midland when we come back. So we'll be right back here in the broadcast as we'll bring you this one here in this one. Well, just about set to go for the bottom of the sixth right now for the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Well, hold your horses on everything there, Bobby, because it look like Ty Adcock is done for the night. What'd you say?
Number 28.
Well, Andrew Dahlquist, a right-hander coming in. Four-seam, two-seam, curveball, slider. And a changeup that is in his reservoir. Dahlquist now pitching for San Antonio. And the pitch right there is inside for a strike. It's 0-1. Boy, Ty Adcock did a pretty great job tonight pitching for the Missions. That's high fly in the air straight away up to the warning track in front of that back crowd over there.
The batter, number 6.
And that is one down.
Hitter,
Drew Swift, 2 for 2 and 2 singles tonight for the designated hitter. That is pretty good. Here's the pitch, and that one's going to be out of play. It's 0-1. No balls and one strike the count, and here's the pitch. And that's going to be lofted high in the air. It'll get down, and that's going to be a base hit. Going to first, going to second, and he's going to have a one-out double, Drew Swift.
Now batting, the third baseman.
And that's a pretty good base hit right there as we look at it. Luke Mann coming in now, and here's the pitch to him. That's going to be yanked foul. It's 0-1. 0 for 2, a strikeout, a ground out, an RBI for Mann. Boy, as he gets in, that is for sure.
Runner, yes, yes.
Uh-oh, now he's going, and now that's going to be out of play. It's 0-2. Runner trying to get up to third now. And that's going to be a ground ball. Slow roller to the shortstop, up in time to Sanabria, as that will be out number 2.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 3.
Well, the center fielder is Cameron Leary, 1 for 2, an RBI single. And the pitch. That one's in for the strike. It's 0-1. Midland leading this game by 2 runs, bottom of the 6th inning. Right there in the end, it's 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to count. Boy, Northwest Arkansas leading Wichita 13-4. They are crushing the crud out of them. They're in Wichita, Kansas. High in the air, straight away. Center field Kai Roberts makes the play, and that is the inning over. Well, no runs on a hit, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the 7th, and Midland leading it 3-1. So back here right after this, as Stevie Emanuel's the right-hander will come in, as he'll get his time on the mound, and we'll be right back here in this one. Well, just about set to go for the seventh inning for San Antonio here in the Rockhounds Baseball Network. Stevie Emanuel's on the mound now for Midland as he gets in relief. Four-seam slider and a cutter, 3 pitches to choose from. Albert Fabian, the designated hitter, up now for the Missions. Boy, 3 innings to go here tonight. And that one's going to be yanked out of play. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to Fabian. Boy, 2-run lead for Midland here in this ball game, and Rockhounds trying to secure this victory tonight. Here's the 0-2 offering, and that one's going to be yanked out of play. That is foul. 13-6. That's a big lead for Northwest Arkansas. Wichita does not stand a chance tonight over that many runs. That ball game there at the porch. Nate Mondu, boy, this guy, a home run, RBI, 1 for 2. Hits that one behind the backstop. It's 0-1. Boy, Arkansas and Amarillo into extra innings as they now enter into the 10th inning. Here's a 1-1 offering, and that's a swing and a miss. It's 1-2. Springfield just called the game there in Tulsa. They win it 12-6. That's Springfield 12, Tulsa 6. And that right there is out of play, 2-2. So far, only 6 teams going tonight. Most evidently, with this game almost coming to a close end. San Antonio down to their final 7 outs tonight.
Nope, that's foul.
That one out of play. It's count now 0-1. 0 for 2. A strikeout and a ground out by Kai Murphy. Boy, and I tell you what, a lot of zeros, but evidently 4 runs combined here tonight. High in the air, straight away up to right field, and that is going to be the 3rd out, and that will do for the half inning. Well, no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on for San Antonio, and we're going to the bottom of the 7th inning. Let's stretch it out. 7th inning stretch now going on. It's 3-1 Midland. Well, hope you've enjoyed your 7th inning stretch here at the ballpark, but now it's time to get back to work here in this one. As the leadoff batter is Clark Elliott, the lead it off for Midland. Johnny Baker, go ahead, take it from here. Thank you there, Bobby. Clark Elliott coming in, fouls that one off. It's 0-1. Why don't you do some tonight, Bob? You deserve to do some. You're sitting there nice and quiet, looking all pretty looking. You call me pretty. Oh. Automatic ball right there. The count now 1-1. You're so nice. Well, thank you there, Bobby. That one in the count now 1-2. 1-2. Here's the pitch. That one swing and a miss, and that's a first out. Boy, Andrew Dahlquist just strikes out his leadoff man, and there's one down. Shane McGuire, the catcher, coming in now. And that is in for a cold strike. It's 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and the pitch. That one is a high pop up straightaway out in foul territory, and that's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. High in the air, straight away. And that is out number 2.
Now batting, the shortstop.
So 2 quick outs here in this one. Nate Mondu catching that one and putting that one in his pocket. That one's the count now to Leo Dallas DeVries, 0-1. The count 0-for-3, a ground out in the first. Oh, excuse me. No balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch to him. That one out of play, foul. It's 0-2. 0-2, here it is. And that one is going to be smashed high in the air. And that's going to get off the wall. Somebody, anybody, come on, y'all, get the ball back in. A 2-out triple to Leo Dallas DeVries.
The second baseman, Colby.
Boy, the center fielder and right fielders try to get the ball. Boy, that hit the top base of the wall. Boy, and to tell you one thing, a few more inches inward, that could have been out of here for a home run. Alter is 2-for-3, a home run, single, an RBI, and a run. Boy, pretty good night for Midland. Yeah. You know, as they lead this game by 2 runs. Well, not compared to last night, San Antonio taking that 12-3 against Midland. And that is right there, the count now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Here's the pitch to him. And that one is out of play. And it goes foul. So 1-2 the count. The pitch. That one right there. And that's going to be a base hit straight away. And up to that RBI single scores in the run. Now making it a 3-run lead for Midland. And it's 4-1. Boy, Colby Halter coming in this ball game. Remarkable as he is. Nate Nankiel coming in as that's going to be fouled off 0-1. Nankiel struck out, flied out, ground out 0-for-3 tonight. A lot of fans just enjoying the ball game here in this Thursday evening. High in the air, straight away up to right field. Carpathios will get it. And with that, the side is retired. Halter gets the RBI single. Pushes across the run, and now leading at 3 is Midland. So 4-1 our score as we enter into the 8th inning. Will Johnston coming in now. Four-seam slider, splitter, curveball, and a cutter. Getting in as a left-hander. Johnston now pitching for Midland. Top half of the 8th inning. Here is Luis Verdugo. 6 outs left for San Antonio tonight. Ben Bowden, a left-hander for the Rockhounds, getting into the warm-up stages there in the bullpen. Don't forget, these two teams continue the series tomorrow through Sunday, so make sure you guys are here while we are still here in the first half. 16,236. That is a Texas League record right there. We have a great crowd that loves the Rockhounds, and they come in with great pride in this ball game. Clay Dungan coming in now is 1 for 3 single. 3 games left after tonight. Here's the windup and the pitch, and that's going to be lofted high in the air straight away. And the second baseman has eyes on it, makes the grab, and they're 2 down.
Now batting, the center fielder, number 24.
Center fielder is Kai Roberts. He comes in 0 for 2, a walk. Boy, tell you one thing, Midland has got a good chance of coming back and winning this one here tonight. San Antonio down to their final 4 outs, with Kai Robert being one of them. 0-2 the count now to Kai Roberts. And here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. They got him. And that will do it. So no runs hit to Rivers and nobody left on for San Antonio. We head for the bottom of the 8th coming up. It's 4-1 Rockhounds. Brendan Malone will lead it off as we're down to 3-on-3 outs here for this game. We'll be right back. Well, we're just about set to go for the bottom half of the 8th inning. And so far, John Baker has something funny to get you something to laugh about. Well, in Short Circuit 1, did Johnny Five play baseball? I think he did. Well, do y'all want to hear something funny? Because I think if he played baseball, that would have been a funny thing. So let's go ahead and take a listen.
And Guerrero steps to the plate. The pitch. And it's a long line drive to deep left center. Heidi's going back for it. He's... Oh.
Well, he almost finished his sentence right there. And I tell you one thing, it was really funny that he hit a rock with a stick. But now we lead it off here in the bottom of the 8th inning as Brendan Malone comes in. Boy, I tell you, that robot named Johnny Five, really funny in Short Circuit. That one is right there. The count now 0-1. It's 2 for 3. Andrew Dahlquist now pitching for his next half inning. And that one out of play. It's 0-2. Here's the 0-2 offering. And that one is high fly in the air, straight away. Up to left field. And boy, Kai Murphy gets in near the wall to left field, and he takes that one for the out. Designated hitter Drew Swift, 3 for 3, double, 2 singles, and tonight a run inherited. That is pretty good. That one is out of play. It's 0-1. Top of the 9th inning coming up after this half inning, and that's going to be high in the air straight away, and that will bounce the staircase over there. Left field, it's out of play, 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. And again, he sends that one out of play. 0-2 the count now for Drew Swift.
0-1.
Changeup is down and outside, 1-2. Seems like Andrew Dahlquist getting through his 33rd pitch. Now feeling the edge of tiredness. That one out of play, that goes foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. High in the air, straight away, up to right field. Carpathio under it, makes the play, and they're 2 down.
Now batting, the third baseman,
Luke Mann coming in is 0 for 3, a strikeout and 2 groundouts. Here's the pitch. And that's right there in the end for a strike. It's 0-1. San Antonio leading this series 2-1 here in Midland. Well, looked like 2-1, but no, this game has not been called till the very last out. So it's 2-0. Here's the 0-2 offering, and that's going to be right there. Line drive, and that is through. The line drive center field for a base hit. Boy, that would have been funny, and Johnny Five would play baseball. That would be hilarious. But take a normal bat and a normal ball and a glove and all types of things, you got yourself a ball game. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to be right there. And they're going to go, and he is safe as he steals second to the wild pitch. Boy, just tell you one thing, it gets pretty interesting when you see something like that. 1 ball and no strikes. Cameron Leary coming in now as 2 outs. The bottom of the 8th inning. Rockhounds lead this game 4-1. High pop up straight away to left field. Up under it is Kai Murphy. And he'll make the play to end the half inning. Well, San Antonio down to their final 3 outs here tonight in Midland. And we head to the 9th inning. Midland out in front, 4-1. Left-hander Ben Bowden is getting the call to the Midland Rockhounds here on the mound as we have the pitching change for Taco Villa. 422, 296 over a .077 here in this one. He's had a strikeout rate of 14.9 here in this one. That one's skied high in the air, straight away up to left field near the wall as his back is against it. And there is 1 down.
now batting, the first baseman, Romeo Sanabria.
Romeo Sanabria coming in now is 1 for 3, single. And the pitch is in for a strike. It's 0-1. Little bit of daylight left, right, Bob, as we get into the top half of the ninth for San Antonio. Yeah, I got to say, because normally when you get into the ball game here in Midland, kind of felt like we had to start at 6:30, but most evidently we kind of probably started a little bit early. No, I don't think we did. And right there, that is out number 2 as Sanabria goes down on strikes. And now San Antonio down to the final out tonight. Coming into this one, 0 for 3, a strikeout and 2 flyouts tonight. Just a beautiful evening here in Midland. We had a few clouds earlier on, but it is going to be generally clear skies as we continue tonight. So just a pretty good one is getting into this one. 1-1 the count. And that one is going to be fouled off, and now it's down to their final strike. 1-2 to Carpathios. And the pitch. And that one is foul. One ball, 2 strikes. And that's a swing and a miss, and Midland takes the W. Now I could say 2-1 on that one. Well, a pretty good night for Midland as they come in and win it. The final score of 4-1. I gotta agree. Well, Corey Avant is the winner, and Ben Bowden will get the save. Ty Adcock getting the loss for San Antonio. So the Missions will get their 43rd loss of the season. And so far, that right there is it. Well, to tell you one thing, we got final scores coming in. And do believe it or not, boy, 13-6, the final there in Wichita. Northwest Arkansas takes their 34th against the Wind Surge. And boy, look at that, 31-50 for the Wind Surge. Not a good night for them to give up that ball game, but they gave it up. And so far, pretty bad on that. Well, Frisco will take it against Corpus Christi. Frisco holding that first place position with relative ease here in this one. So Frisco 5-2 against Corpus Christi. Springfield taking the W. They'll claim their 39th against Tulsa. So Tulsa will pick up, lose number 28. And then for Amarillo, they walk it off through the bottom of the 10th inning, 4-3. So the Sod Poodles will claim their 43rd against Arkansas. And so far, pretty good for this evening. Well, I would say everybody played baseball tonight. It was a good night for Midland. They win it by 3 runs. So far, let's go ahead and give you runs, hits, and errors. First for the victorious Rockhounds. 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors. And for San Antonio, 1-4-0, which that's all they get this evening here in this one. Well, one more weekend as we get ready to conclude the first half after Sunday. And I got to say, that right there is not an understatement to being made. I mean, we are 3 days left of this first half, and I gotta say, gonna be a pretty good one getting into this one. Well, anyway, just a pretty good ball game, and just one of the best ones we've had, with the Rockhounds now getting the victory tonight, and 3 more nights to do. And so far, a pretty good one. Well, anyway, hope y'all have a good rest of your evening. And so far, join us tomorrow as we get ready for our last weekend here, the first half. And so far, safe travels home. Final score, Midland 4-1 against San Antonio tonight. So far, we will see you all again tomorrow. Have a good night.